Hi, I'm Kimberly Walden, and this is my informative speech on Mohandas Gandhi. Mohandas Gandhi, creation of the nonviolent protest, revolutionized the world by showing the power of unity over aggression and making him the leader of the civil rights movement, not just in India, but all over the world where there are injustices. His simple but extraordinary life has been an example to us all. He was born in Parapador, India. His father was a chief minister there, and his mother was a very religious woman who was a devout follower of the Hindu goddess Vishnu. Because of her very strong religious beliefs, she wanted to pass these down to her son, and she did. She believed very strongly in nonviolent and self-discipline. And as was the custom, his parents arranged a marriage for him at the age of 13. But because he was also born into a higher caste system, he was able to continue his education, even being able to go to University College of London to study at the age of 18. There, Gandhi studied not just Hinduism, but also Buddhism and Christianity. And because of his hunger, his strong hunger to know and to strive and to learn more about spirituality and everything, these times in his life really helped to form and shape the things he would do later in life. After college, he went back home to India but was unable to find work. And eventually, the only position that he found that he took was a job that was based in South Africa with a firm. Um, That was the first time he had ever faced discrimination. Almost like a foreshadowing of the Rosa Parks and her situation on the bus, Gandhi too was ejected from a first class seat. He had a ticket, but people of the Indian race were not allowed to sit in first class. He was supposed to sit in third class, and when he was asked to do so, he refused. So in the middle of the night in wintertime, they threw Gandhi and his luggage from the train. Well, as if fate was setting a precedent, that ignited in Gandhi the need to make a difference. And he organized a group called the Natal Indian Congress. He went to India, he went back to India to get some support, and on a return trip, he had the first chance and opportunity to practice his nonviolent protest because he was met with a mob of angry people who attacked him, and he refused to retaliate. Gandhi lived what he believed and changed his life and changed his lifestyle even down to his eating habits, and practiced self-discipline and self-restraint. Using these practices and teaches is what helped him to withstand in the moments that he was faced in the like being with that mob and everything. Well, he also decided to teach this, and it was called Satyagraha. This was called peaceful restraint, and at one point Gandhi was even arrested for teaching Satyagraha because it called for the peaceful restraint against. He was calling for the peaceful restraint against the Asiatic ordinance directed against the Indians in Traval and the Black Act, the registration of Asiatics. He was also sentenced to 2 months in jail time. That was the first time Gandhi had gone to jail, but it wasn't the last time. His strong will and determination, as well as his deep love for his people and the problems they faced, fueled Gandhi. And he was again arrested in 1921 for enticing a mass civil disobedience against all things British. Ghandi was willing to go to jail because he believed in that he believed that the only person that he had to fear was God. He didn't feel like he had to fear man, so he had no problem being able to protest against things that he felt were unjust. Well, Martin Luther King, these are the very things that Martin Luther King Jr. and many others recognized in him and decided to use as a model of protest against injustices, that things that they thought were unjust. In the United States, Martin Luther King adopted many of the beliefs of Mahatma Gandhi, and he followed his example until death himself, being assassinated April 4th, 1968, 20 years after Gandhi had been assassinated on January 30th, 1948. Even though they were both assassinated, they succeeded in helping their people, because Gandhi obtained independence from Great Britain for India, and Martin Luther King succeeded in helping laws to be changed that have forever changed the lives of Southern black people even to this day. All over America, students practice passive resistance in order to promote change to the injustices they see. In spirit, Gandhi still leads nonviolence resistance all over the world. Every time someone chooses to protest in the way that he showed them was more effective and was more love and self-discipline. Gandhi was a true example, a man who lived his life with a purpose, and because of this, he changed the world. Not only changed things in his country, but he also set a model that helped Martin Luther King fight for equal rights here in America for African Americans. In his life, Gandhi became a legend, but in his death, this simple little man from India has transcended time and is still changing the world today. Well, thank you. That is my presentation, informative speech by Kimberly Walton.